Okay, folks, I'm Uncle Gene. I haven't done a video since March when we had the big birthday party and showing off the layout, even though it wasn't quite finished. We've had so much going on. We had computer issues. The kids, Lou's kids, stay here, or was one the son and his girlfriend. They work online. Well, their computer died. They had to borrow my computer. Then we run into issues with our goats, and we ended up building a whole big new goat mansion. And I've got a bunch of videos on that I may put together and do a deal on it. And it just was a lot happening. And every time I'd walk in the shop to get a screwdriver tool, I'd look at it and think, man, I wish I could work on this. Well, we're finally, I think all our projects are done. And so I'm back on this thing. All the major work has been done except that little section right there by the bay, and we call that bay walk. There's a bay similar to that with a sidewalk around it here in Maudie City. And that was the only part I hadn't finished. Don't wasn't real sure how I was going to do all of it, but anyway, as time went on, I figured it out, and I just finally got to it and got it finished. So this is a just a kind of a short video, run you through that. I speed it up a lot. Just wanted to show you the last part I'm working on, and then we'll see what happens next. Another layout, maybe. Okay, it just isn't even going to show. I've tried to put another thin layer on the bay area here and got the boat put in, made the ripples for that. I've still got to go back and do some dry brushing with some white on the wave caps. Got that done. And working on this area right here and going up to the lighthouse, coming down to here. I'm going to tie some stairs that go up, an observation platform, and then stairs that go up. So that's what we're building right now. I did want to point out, and it's probably going to, yeah, it does show. You can see that light area underneath the rosin. I have no idea what that is. Anytime I've seen light spots in rosin is when water got in there. But that initial coat of rosin was done when I was still in America. It was a year before I uncrated this here in the Philippines. And it was fine. And 6 months to a year after I got here, that spot showed up. There's no way water can even get in there, and there's been no water on this thing. Something to do with the climate. And I'll tell you another little weird deal. Hope it's at the other end. I've seen guys do water, and they do the waves, and they use Mod Podge. And I work real hard to get the depth look and the colors and the rosin, and it all worked out fine. I put Mod Podge, I made my waves, white capped them. It was great. Again, about a year after I got here, that whole waterfront turned dull, you know, kind of a whitish dull. And there is a creek back down at this end. And I haven't done anything down here yet. But see what that looks like? It just looks like murky, I don't know, white. It went murky. And that same thing, it was the Mod Podge. Something to do with the climate here. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm sure it's the climate, but anyway. Okay, so the ocean front that got murky, I literally just peeled the Mod Podge off the rosin. Have you ever put white glue on your finger and it dries and you peel it off and you see your fingerprint. That's exactly what happened on that. When it turned that milky white dull look, I got hold of the edge of it and I thought, how hard is this going to be to get off? And it just peeled off like a sheet of rubber. Again, got to be something to do with the climate here, the temperature. I don't know, but anyway, the Mod Podge came off, so I don't have my ripples and waves. But I'm so happy with the way the depth and the vision looks on that, I just left it. The base side here, that area that was, I showed you light colored, I did mix up some coloring in this batch of rosin that I poured right there to try to hide that a little bit, but it's down underneath. That first layer of rosin is a 1/4 inch deep, and like I said, for almost 2 years it was fine, and then all of a sudden that spot showed up. Mysteries, don't you love them? Okay, we're gonna get on to this stairs and bridge things. Let me turn this around. Oh, and I turned the camera sideways. I keep forgetting on YouTube how to do this. Okay, well, let me swap this around and I'll show you kind of what I'm doing. And I'm gonna really just do still pictures because I'm all over the place trying to get this thing worked out. And I think it'd just be easier if I do some stills and then do a voiceover. Okay, well, this is my little platform, and it's not really to scale. Let me see if I can get this down here closer. It's just hard on in scale. And then these little ladders or stairs, I can't do this with one hand, but one will go here down to that sidewalk and the other one will go here up to the top of the mountain. And in scale, these are from Plastruct. I don't know, I picked them up at, I don't know where I got them. There's so much of this stuff I bought before I came here and just stockpiled it.
Well, I just kind of wanted to speed this part up. You don't want to sit there watching
and get it
paint grass
and weathered.
Walkways and everything.
I'm
But
going to take
pretty much, I guess
wire
almost
and
all my
make
landscaping
handrails
stuff I got from Woodland
this.
Scenics before I came.
See how that works.
I know a lot of the figurines and stuff I had.
My trimmers,
But
little bitty
just
stuff.
there's a million videos on how to put
But we're going to attack
ground
it,
cover
and we're gonna
down and
see how it comes
sidewalks.
out, and I'll just take
Guys
some
have
still
probably
pictures as I go along.
perfected it better than I have even. I've only done this about 50 years, 45 years, no, 50 plus. Anyway, but this is the last section of my layout that hadn't been, quote, finished. You know, we never finish them. And there's just tons of little details I still want to go back and do on all of it.
You never know how
But this little spot here, the lighthouse down to the bay, this was the last part that I just
fit right at the end.
hadn't got to finishing it. So this is kind of a big
section
milestone
there,
for,
maybe a little more.
I guess at this point,
And
when I
I
put the
figured
glass
if I had
sides
to
on, if I
cut
don't want to work on
raw
it again,
to
it's
make it flow.
considered done. And I'm thinking about doing another layout. I
think
just
really from
hadn't
this
decided
edge all
yet.
the way up to here.
Putting a little white paint here on some ridges I left to just give it a little bit of wave. This is a bay. It's not supposed to be choppy water. My Oceanside had it. It looked good, but like I said, that Mod Podge just crapped out on me. Now this is the overview of a finish. I got some little bit more detail. The little fisherman, that was some people I got from Woodland Scenics. And I don't remember where that kit, that was my first laser kit I ever built. This, I cannot remember the company I ordered this boat from. It's some off-brand 3D printed stuff. And I got 2 or 3 bags of their products, and it was the worst stuff I've ever seen in my life. I worked on that boat for a month trying to clean it up. But there's my little walkway. I think it turned out good. Now you guys may think it looks like crap, but it just finished up the area. And for those you don't know, that's Split Rock Lighthouse up in Michigan. And the light reflection, that's from the LED strips on the cover part of the layout.
Well, all right. I hope you guys like that. It wasn't just a whole lot of information there, but it was the last step, I guess, on the layout. Everything else is done, just missing that spot. And if you look at some of the other videos, you'll see the whole layout multiple times. But little details here and there I still want to add. Probably will. But I'm thinking about down this wall, that side, kind of an L shape of building a new layout. For those that don't know, I built this, started this before I even came to the Philippines. And knowing what I know about the Philippines and the people, that they've never seen anything like this. So it's not prototypical in any way, shape, or form. I built this strictly for entertainment, for people to come over and see. It has 5 trains that run at the same time, and it's all DC, and a streetcar. Put some lighting in it. I learned a lot about lighting. I bought it from different places and they don't match, and that's kind of a mess. If I do lighting in my next layout, it will all be the same lighting. But that was the purpose of this, was just to, and I glassed it in for the simple reason, well, two. One, to help keep the dirt off of it, but mostly to keep the fingers off of it. And the adults were the worst. The little kids look at it and all the adults want to reach in there and touch everything. So that's where we're at. I'll get it, got to roll it out, turn it around, bring it back in, and I'll get it glassed in, clean the track real good, clean the board, and then glass it in. And then I'll just enjoy running some trains, and I'll think about the detail while I'm thinking about building a new layout. Hope you enjoyed it, and stick around. We're going to try to do some more videos and stay more caught up with the world. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.